my name is Angela Now, your reporter for today. So, our topic for today is all about Cyprus. So, national flag consisting of a wild field background showing a yellow silhouette of Cyprus above two green olive branches, each within to length ratio in 3 to 5 for centuries. Cyprus was part of the Ottoman Empire and flew Turkish flag. So, for centuries, Cyprus was part of the Ottoman Empire and flew Turkish flag by agreements of the Turkish sovereignty. However, the British assumed administrative control of the islands in 1878. The Azovili flew the Union Jack there during World War I. The islands that sent by the British and other colonial flag were there introduced, for example, to the British red inside was added the British with two lions. This was opposed the symbols of King Richard I and England, who in 1191 became ruler of the Cyprus as part of his involvements in the Crusades. The local peoples of the islands, however, had attachment to British symbol. The Cypriot Greeks, the Turks, looked respectively to the Greek and Turkish national flag as their own. So, Cyprus has a complex history of colonial rules and flag. Initially part of the Ottoman Empire, the islands came under British administrative control in 1878. During World War I, it was asset by the British, leading to the introductions of various colonial flags. The British ridden site Andorra with a badge featuring two lions was used believed to symbolize King Richard I of England, who briefly ruled Cyprus in 1191 during the Crusades. However, the local populations, including the Cypriot, Greek, and Turk, identified more with their respective Greek and Turkish national flag rather than the British symbols. So, next is on August 16, 1960, the Republic of Cyprus was proclaimed with the national flag of neutral design. On a plain white field, it bore the islands in yellow silhouette with the green olive print, symbolizing peace. Beneath the flag was not widely used, however, because the Greek and Turkish communities continued to fly the national flag of their original homelands in 1974. The Turkish invasions of the islands in the face of possible invasion by Greece led the establishment of the puppet state of northern third of the islands, subsequently proclaimed itself independent but only recognized by Turkey. The Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus adopted the flag of its own based on the Turkish model. So, noong 1960, ipinahayag ang Republic ng Cyprus na may pambansang watawat ng neutral na decisions sa isang puting lawak. Mayroon itong dilaw na sekweta ng isla na may kaunting palawit ng olibo, simbolo ng kapayapaan. Sa ilalim nito, bagaman ito ang opisyal na watawat, hindi ito malawakang ginamit kahit patuloy na naglalagay ng pambansang watawat ng kanilang orihinal na mga bayan ng mga komunidad ng Griego at Turko sa isla. Next is noong 1974 naman is isinagawa ng Turko ang isang pagsalakay sa isang isla bilang tugon ng posibleng pagsasakop ng Cyprus ng Greece. Ang pagsalakay na ito ay nagresulta sa patatag ng isang puppet state sa hilagang ikatlong bahagi ng isla. Pagkatapos ito, ipinahayag ng rehiyo na ito ang kanyang kasarinlan bilang Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, isang estado na kinikilala naman ng Turkey ang isang Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus nang nag-adapt ng sariling watawat ng bansa ay modelo ng Turkish flag. So, next is Cyprus culture. Cyprus culture, hospitality in Cyprus is legendary, also with your fineness of its where the populations it is much younger or a different nationality. So changes are if you visit the old villages, you will still be invited into someone home for coffee and the chat. And if you are lucky, they may even events you in you for lunch. If you visit particularly at the weekends, then you will still find the local men sitting in the coffee shop having a game of a tabli, backgammon, or just chatting to their friends or putting the words to the rights and talking politics of so much or some such topic. So, women are not encouraged into the word, but if you have visitors, they will polite and acknowledge you and probably ask you to sit down and have a drink. Conceivably, in the city, life is much more urban with trendy cafe and bars, and the young people meet their friends. They don't want to spend time like their parents and grandparents. They want progress in their life, a good career, money in their pocket, a small that the all toppings of success. Despite the urbanity, Cyprus to still like to follow a lot their traditions such as name days, which is like a birthday for your name. If you are called Stepanus, it is the Saint Stepanus Day. You have gift from your family and friendly celebrations of your name and the saint. So, Cyprus has a rich cultural heritage that value hospitality and traditions, and in the old village, hospitality remains a significant aspect of the culture. Visitors are often events in locals' home for coffee chat and sometimes even lunch, especially on weekends. Local men can be found at a coffee shop playing tabli backgammon, engaging in discussions and socializing, while women are not as involved in these activities. They are polite and welcome to visitors, offering them drinks and a seat. In urban areas like cities, the lifestyles in more modern with trendy cafe and bars where people gather to socialize. The younger generation in Cyprus seek progress, meaning successful career, financial stability, modern living spaces, and the trappings of success. Despite the urban influence, Cypriots still hold on to traditions such as celebrating name days, which are similar to birthday but based on the same associated with one's name. For example, if your name is Stepanus, in its Saint Stepanus Day, you receive gift from family and friends in honor of your name and the saint. This being of modernity, the tradition showcase in the unique culture identity of Cyprus. So next is wedding. So wedding are the big things in Cyprus. Literally hundreds of thousands can be invited. If you are invited, go. It is an experience you have to try once, and especially go in a village wedding. You will still see some wonderful Cyprus wedding traditions. The whole village will be invited, and you will soon make friends and learn about life in Cyprus. Cyprus cousins in a massive part of the Cyprus lifestyle. Everyone you go, You will smell sobla, the local barbecue style food, spices of meat and squareware and speed roasted and semen, drinking the local Keyo beer to wash it down. Food and socializing is a favorite pastime in Cyprus. And your visit to Cyprus is is not is not complete with one good meals, either fish or meat, and or a mix of both. So ang kasal daw is isang malaking okasyon sa Cyprus kung saan maaaring imbitahan ang daang-daang hanggang libong-libong tao. Kung ikaw ay imbitado, pumunta ka. Ito ay isang karanasan na dapat mong subukan kahit isang beses, lalo na kung ito ay isang kasal na isang baryo. Makikita mo pa rin ang ilang kahangahangang traditions ng kasal sa Cyprus. Buong baryo ay inimbitahan at agad kang makakapagkaibigan na matutunan ang buhay ng Cyprus. Ang pagkain ng Cyprus ay isang malaking bahagi ng pamumuhay sa Cyprus. Saan ka man pumunta, maamoy mo ang volva, ang lokal na estilo ng barbecue. Piraso ng karne sa tusok o inihaw na spit, at makikita ang mga kalalakihan na umiinom ng lokal na Keyo beer para ihilamos ito. Ang pagkain at pakisalamuha ay paboritong libangan sa Cyprus. At hindi kompleto ang iyong pagbisita sa Cyprus nang hindi mo matitikman ay isang masarap na maize, maging isda man o karne o isang halo ng parehong uri. So, religions. The Greek Orthodox Church is the predominant religion in Cyprus culture. Approximately 78% of population follow, about 18% are Muslim, and the rest of Maronite. The Muslim live mainly on the north side of the islands. The minorities have been centered traditionally in Nicosia and the north, as a few other small non-Orthodox Christian communities are to be found on both sides of the border. So, a Greek Orthodox Church ang pangunahing relihiyon ng kultura ng Cyprus. Humigit kumulang 88% ng population ang sumusunod dito, na may 18% na Muslim at ang natitirang bahagi ng mga Maronite. Ang mga Muslim ay naninirahan karamihan sa hilagang bahagi ng isla, samantalang ang mga Maronite ay tradisyon na nakabase sa Nicosia, at ang ilang maliit na hindi Orthodox Christian communities ay matatagpuan sa parehong panig ng hangganan. So next is woman costumes. The traditional woman's costumes was saya. Outside part of the costumes with long sleeve is one of the most notable characteristics of the period costumes. The costume stems from two similar variations from Paphos, West Cyprus, and Caspasia of the East. This costume was preserved in both areas until the beginning of 29th century. The Zaya from Carpathia had a straight cut with bigger side opening for more comfort when walking, whereas the Zaya of Paphos had a smaller side opening but garnered with by adding more fabric under the Zaya. Women wore a long blouse and long underwear and belt with the buckle in the waist. Often the costumes with the Zaya was complete with the traditions of prior sacra, which is a short feather jacket. So, ang traditions ng kasuotan ng mga kababaihan na may Zaya, ilabas ang bahagi ng kasuotan ng mahabang manggas ay isa sa mga pinakamatanyag na katangian na kasuotan ng mga taga Cyprus. Ang kasuotan ay nagmula sa dalawang katulad na bersyong mula sa Papus, kanilang Cyprus, at Carpathia sa silangan. Ang kasuotan nito ay na preserve na parehong mga lugar hanggang sa simula ng ika-20 siglo. Ang Seia mula sa Carpathia na may tuwid na putol na may mga malaking side opening para sa komportableng paglalakad. Samantalang ang Seia ng Papyrus ay may maliit na side openings, ngunit lumalawak sa pamamagitan ng pandagdag ng higit pang tela sa ilalim ng Seia. Isinuot ng mga kababaihan ang mga mahabang blusa, mahabang salawa, na isang sinturon na may bakle at sa baywang. Madalas ang kasuotan ng may Seia ay kompleto ang tradisyon ng Cyprus, saka isang maisikip na jacket. So next is tourist spot. Lamaka is one of the oldest towns in Cyprus, inhabited since the 14th century BC, and has been conquered by many people over the centuries. Is built in the 14th century during the reign of James I of Cyprus. Of the ruins of a 12th century Byzantine fortress was used to defend the port today. It houses a medieval museums with electric collections of objects. The new town is a home to numerous museums and restaurants. In the center of the country, Lamaka is a great place to stay or take a glass-bottom boat cruising in the bay with snorkeling by booking here. So, Lamaka is the one of the oldest town in Cyprus with his history dating back to the 14th century BC. Throughout the centuries, it has been conquered by various peoples. The towns were constructed in the 14th century under the rules of James I. Cyprus of the remains of 12th century's Byzantine fortress serve as a defense of the port today. The four houses of medieval museums that showcase a diverse collections to artifacts in the modern part of town. There are numerous museums and well-known restaurants located in the heart of Cyprus. Lamaka is the fantasy destinations to stay and explore. Visitor can also enjoy glass-battered boat ruins in the bay and includes the snorkeling activities by making reservations. So next is Caria is a bit like the Cypriot Dolce Vital, surrounded by mountains. Their charming town in the often considered the most attractive in the north of the islands. The picturesque old harbour is one of the reasons for these people come here to sip and drink the sumptuous, colorful settings overlooking the sea. There is a trendy establishments have taken as residence of the farmers' warehouse with the coral seeds and treasures of Cyprus, where store and Flakish castle, built by the Byzantine, overlooks the town, offering the magnificent views of the surrounding area a beautiful stopover. So, ibig sabihin po dyan is ang Caria ay katulad ng Cypriot Choice Vita, nakapalibot sa mga bundok. Ang kahangahangang bayang ito ay madalas na itunuturing na pinakakaakit sa hilagang bahagi ng isla. Ang pintoriskong lumang gaungan ito ay isa sa mga dahilan nito. Dumarayo ang mga tao dito upang uminom ng inumin na isang marangyang makulay na lugar na may tanawin ng dagat. Ang mga trendy establishmento ay nagtayo ng kanilang tahanan na dating mga warehouse kung saan inimbak ang mga buto ng Carog. Ang kayamanan ng Cyprus, mayroong Frankish castle na itinayo ng mga Byzantine na nagmamataas sa bayan, nag-aalok ng isang magandang tanawin ng paligid sa lugar, isang magandang pahingaan. So, next is language. The official language is the Greek, which is the mother tongue of most Cypriots, is also the official language of communications with the authorities. Greek does not use the Latin alphabet, but the Greek script college alphabet. I called alphabet. But don't worry, as the vast majority of signs, for example, our road signs, are also transcribed into Latin. You can speak English here almost without any problem, as Cyprus was an English colony until 1960. You can speak to both older and younger people. Most of the sign and markers are in the both Greek and English. At the least, the basic knowledge of English is quite common in even the most backwater mountain villages across generations. Language. So the official language in Cyprus is Greek, serving as the mother tongue of the most Cypriot and the primary language for officials. Communication with authorities. Greek utilizes and Greek script alphabet rather than Latin alphabets. However, there is no need to worry, as a majority of signs, including loan signs, translate into Latin script. English is widely spoken in Cyprus thanks to its history as a former language colony until 1960. You can communicate in English with both older and younger individuals. Most signs and markers are displayed in both Greek and English language. Basic English proficiency is a prevalent even in remote mountain villages across different generations. So, thank you.